So hello,
Hi, Joseph.
hello to
I'm
the
very, very happy with you. So I can finally sleep again.
Nobody's using it, but it's there.
No, I mean to find that bug that we had
Oh,
with the
yeah.
box testing.
We can maybe close that issue today. Well, yeah. I guess it has to be backported still.
Yeah, it needs to be backported now to Jammy, but for Noble it works, and it was bugging me for a whole week, so
so this one we can merge then.
Yeah, hopefully somebody starts using this. I don't know how we communicate this to release authors, but like, hey, release authors, test your templates. Here's an easier way.
Do you need to do? It makes sense to update the docs somehow.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do that. That's a good way to at least give them a spot to discover it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, now that it's merged, I'll make a docs PR probably tomorrow.
Okay, great. So here is add test for system D. It's still on the review.
yeah, I will. Long doesn't have a lot of time, so I will see if Long is available for next week, and we can go over this. I fixed most of these stuff. So.
He was also busy with the CFD, most probably. Retention period for scheduled task cleanup. This is also still on the testing done on Def Landscape, testing improvements. Done. I'm gonna add this for the different opportunities. Okay, so Ruben, you also commented something, but it is resolved in the meantime.
I think so. I think that was the defaults request, and I think that got updated.
Yeah,
The structure of the defaults.
Yeah. Okay, but yeah, still needs review. Waiting, it's not anymore waiting for changes. Add system D resolved support.
Oh, this got merged. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing again? No, this is Deposh Never mind. I thought this was the agent system D stuff. Yeah, this is just waiting review still.
Already someone looking, or?
Yeah, people assigned. I don't know if they've looked. This isn't currently blocking noble work.
Yeah. Okay.
Look.
No. Docs. These are the docs for the retention period for scheduled tasks. Yeah, they need the review, but they issue a feature PR. Here's the link in here. And use local.
I did not do that yet.
What, Ramon?
Moon had opinions about this.
I didn't take a look at that.
You mean this use local Terraform binary? Yep. Okay, still.
I noticed that there are now a lot of the PandaBots things and I blame Ruben for that.
Where?
And
Should be in the-
Bootloader. There's like a shitload of.
I didn't touch that one.
No, you did
I've
last
al-
week. You did something.
No, it was only the Bosch Linux stem cell builder.
I thought it was. Well, at least so last week, after after something happened, a lot of a lot of dependable shit came up. So
Was it good? Did it have a
No.
point?
no, no, it's all from
But like,
going to
if you keep
major.
your
it's all-
dependencies up
it's
to
all
date,
major
Dependabot
bugs.
will leave you alone, right? Like this is only it's punishment for not keeping your dependencies up to date. I don't know what happened. I mean, there's settings for these things. Like you can disable Dependabot alerts for a repo.
This PR is great. I was finally forced to fix this because I was trying to deploy the Bats director from my local workstation to help Ramon with his problem, and you can't do that with the GCP CPI currently, because it uses the Linux Golang rather than the Darwin Golang because there's no detection script. But now it does once this is merged. It does on my local machine where I have a local one build.
Yeah.
This is probably a pattern that needs to be in a couple more CPIs, but maybe most of them are Ruby, so it doesn't matter.
Benjamin, are you reviewing PRs?
No,
You got assigned here.
You just got added to this one. This one's a freebie. It's like one line and it makes sense.
Yeah, it's fine. I'm approving right now.
Look at that, being an active contributor.
How did you test this?
Sharp eyes.
You can bootstrap Bosch with the eyes.
Ming made this PR because we added the shared CI task in here. I was under the impression that a lot of people were using the old compile release scripts that were in here, because I grepped like all my Cloud Foundry code bases, and it turns out all of those were just submodules of CF deployment. None of them were actually anybody using it, so it feels like this is safe to remove, and then if people complain, we can point them at the new thing.
So you want to be assigned to it? So
Sure. Yeah. You can. I'll review it either way. Mostly wanted to give people context and a chance to say, no, this is a terrible idea, if they think that to be true, or if they know other places that might be using the export releases task,
okay.
although it was never declared as shared.
Automation didn't assign you somehow. I will like. It's about want to move the Bosch Prometheus release from. I thought we did this somehow.
This is the Bosch.io index, so it shows up on Bosch.io as the right thing. This has consequences, and I don't remember what they are, but go ahead and add me as a reviewer, and I'll make sure that the people making the PR know the consequences. It's like if you're using automation to pull the release, the current thing keeps working. It looks weird, but if we change it, then like I forget what happens. It's like the old one like stays the same, or I forget. Something weird happens, like where one just never updates anymore, and then people just don't get updates.
That's right. I think so, yes. It's not failing. It's just not updating anymore.
Right.
When
Should
keeping
you
the old reference.
When moving, should you just add a second entry? So they
We've
both
done that.
update?
There's consequences of that too. I forget. I have a Slack message that explains all like there's like 3 options and they're all bad in some situation, and I'll copy and paste it in here.
Okay.
None of them are like earth-shattering bad that like we need to go do something about this, but they're all a little bit awkward for some use case.
Yeah, the system would need some improvement in understand the concept of linking and renaming.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And let's check the issues.
But about this move of the Prometheus Bosch release, what happens with the Bosch Prometheus organization, GitHub organization? It stays there as it seems. Only the release have moved. And what is the reason? Why has it moved?
So they decide to move to the Cloud Foundry organization. So now the Bosch Prometheus org is part of the foundational infrastructure working group. So there is an area in our working group which is dedicated for the Bosch Prometheus. So here,
Hey. And Ferran Rodenas is all right, still there. Okay. Oh, and everything has moved. All right.
yeah,
Because in the PR, only one line had moved, and for example, the node exporter Bosch release was not modified in the PR we've just seen.
yeah, I don't know why only one repository is suggested there. Yeah, the Prometheus Bosch release. This is also.
I'm going to make a review. It's not. It's still open. It's not yet merged. Okay. Thanks.
Okay, we have this noble stem cell issue, the meta issue. What is the idea? We go over this.
Nothing much changed in this.
I thought we were maybe at some point we're gonna try to prioritize this list.
Mhm.
Uh,
Or
But
we
maybe we can-
alphabetize it.
Well, the first thing that really needs to happen is like the Bosch DNS.
Mhm.
That's number one. The batch testing. I'm now at the IPv6 stuff. And in the meantime, I'm also trying to see if we can get
Is
Bosch
there
Lite
IPv
stuff to work.
Is there an issue? Are there issues for those? Bosch Lite and IPv6?
The Bosch Lite is in the use R unit for and the IPv6 doesn't have an issue.
Isn't IPv6 broken on Jammy too? Like that's not a noble issue.
Yeah. No, it's weird. So the basic IPv4 basic tests is testing also IPv6 enablement. I don't know
That
why.
does sound weird.
But but it is. And I'm trying to figure out why the hell it's not working with Noble and why it is working with Gem. But I think I need someone with who made a lot of these changes to the Bosch agent. But yeah, it's all stuff from 6 years ago.
Brian, Connie, and Dimitri, right? Like they
Yeah,
work
Brian
together
Connie,
on
I already asked him and he said, yeah, it's a long time ago. I don't know.
Yeah, so at least Dimitri. I don't.
Yeah, so it's just basically testing, see
Okay,
what the hell
so
happens.
but the Noble Numbot stem cell no longer uses run it to launch the agent. That one should be dragged to the top then.
Yeah, but within there, we still need to. There is still one for Bosch Lite.
I see. And
Which one?
and Yeah, that's not a separate issue, but maybe could be.
Oh, yeah, okay, I
I
see.
mean, you're gonna break Bosch Light when you do that. But like, I don't know, just have a separate stage for Bosch Light that keeps running or something. I don't know, does something different.
Yeah, that could be. Could make a different different issue for that. Think I will just tomorrow. I will think I will just think about for a few hours, like what are the exact stuff. What can be doing in multiple issues.
So we have here all the issues. I think this one, I saw that this is
Yeah,
solved.
That has been
the-
done for vSphere, right?
On
that's-
Jammy.
Or Jammy on Jammy.
Okay.
Yes, this is also being done for AWS, vSphere, and GCP in Noble.
But that required CPI changes.
It's already done, the Google CPI changes. And the
Okay.
AWS changes.
So this
You
is
need to have the
done then.
latest- You need to have the latest one.
So we can
But are you-
maybe link the PRs and then close.
Yeah, I will link the PRs. Tomorrow I will just do some cleanup stuff because
Yeah,
I've not looked at this list for a while.
Yeah, I think it's good if we maybe every week go through this list a bit to
Yeah.
make
Same as
sure
with
it's accurate.
the C groups is also
Mhm.
like Garden, and it's already in Noble, but it's not working with Garden.
and this one I think also has been addressed already. Bets and agent are still using SV commands.
And that's also being a PR. I don't know if it's
Something got
Oh.
merged.
it-
Something
Yeah,
that I
I
worked
don't-
on.
Yeah, we didn't
Okay.
see any PRs for this now. I think those are also merged. Yeah, will be great
Yeah, I will-
to clean up.
I will add the PRs for it. I will clean up some stuff for tomorrow. I should have done this, but I've been all over the place. So
So just for clarity, green circles mean not done and purple check marks mean done.
yes, those means merged or done. Yes.
I guess purple is the
Close,
merged
probably.
color.
Mm.
I think it depends on the team that you pick in your appearance settings somewhere. It's a setting. I looked at it when I'm making slides. You can change your color scheme on your
I have
GitHub profile.
I have the dark theme, and it's still purple and green for me.
Change to the white side of the. Okay, then yeah, we can. Yeah, it makes sense to go over every time. Otherwise, May 16, this was last.
Yeah, there are no updates from the community so far.
Anything else? All the risk of false positive. What is this?
Yeah, so the batch testing that we had this issue, we were basically hitting this bug.
This person is possibly a time traveler since they reported
think
something
so,
we'd never
yeah.
seen. And then we ran into it when doing the noble work. And it turns out the only way to reproduce it is to use a slow disk, which we never use, but our tests do. So
Yeah. But it's still strange that it wasn't for Jammy because it was the exact same. So that's just, yeah, it's just strange. But now it can never happen again because SSH will not start before this is done.
Was that the weird port thing? The weird ephemeral port?
Yes.
yes. which is the worst error ever. Like that
Yeah.
weird, like port, it basically means SSH isn't running, which should be like connection refused on port 22. Like that's the error that should have been there.
Yeah.
I don't know
Wow.
why. I think it must have been the SockSci proxy like mucking the error
Mhm.
up, but I don't even know if that's true because I think I tried SSHing without a SockSci proxy and still got the same error. It's something weird, but yeah, the root of it is just SSH isn't running.
Yeah, the certificates were were not created.
Also, a strange thing. My testing was on GCP, but if you try using gcloud CLI to SSH to the VM, it tries to add certs and whatnot, and it fails with the same error. But whatever it's doing, it kicks the SSHD service, and then like Bosch SSH will work after that, which is one way to get in there and see what actually happened. Somewhat surprising.
Okay.
Dude.
This is,
So how long did it take before you like realized that we already had an open issue for this and that the solution was already there?
Well,
What Joseph said, but I look at his log. It's really weird. And I looked at it. I have seen this before.
yeah,
Mm.
it seems similar. I didn't want to say it's definitely this, but like, yeah, as soon as I saw SSH isn't starting, I'm like, somebody was complaining about SSH not starting recently.
Nice.
It reminds me something in production sometime. Whale filler.
yeah, but this is still open because we have to backport to Jamie.
Create the backport issue for it.
In which branch was that?
This was
in
done
which
in the
one?
Noble. Noble.
Okay.
This was reported in
Alright.
Jamie, and the noble bats were broken for the same reason, and we fixed
Yeah.
it there, and then gonna backport it to Jamie.
Hmm.
Then we keep this open. This one is also still last week unable to run create and from Darwin. This is what we merged already.
Yeah,
No,
We just
Benjamin
added reviews.
reviewed, approved.
Yeah, I merged it because I approved it as well. And so we can close this issue.
And Oslo, okay. Yeah, we can close this just a second.
Oh, the spot prices. That's long ago.
work in progress.
It's in draft.
Okay. And all others are older than last week. Pending merge privatization. Support Alibaba OS.
I think we asked about this last week, maybe.
Yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, waiting for change web contributions. Okay, then Helpmont to stop, and this is done already. Then we have one.
I put that on there. It's in our working group. I don't know who actually looks at this stuff. It doesn't show up on our board, but yeah.
It's in a different tab. We have
Yeah.
a tab for every area, but we only seem to look at two.
Oops.
So they're trying to add the ability to use different versions of Post. So we have all the versions of Postgres in the release already, like all the versions that we've ever used. Well, all the supported versions we've ever used. So like an 11, I think, then a 14 and a 15 in there right now, but you can only really use 15. So this just makes it so that there's a property to use 15, which I've done some reviews on, but just wanted people to be aware that this was going on over here.
Nothing particular. Okay.
Yeah, no, there's just some cleanup stuff.
Okay.
I think there was one other thing I asked him about that isn't on here, which was there's currently a guard in the release for making sure that it just handles upgrades, because that's the only thing you'd ever do is upgrade. But now, like, I could upgrade to 16 and then update my manifest to be like, no, I want to use 12 or 11 or whatever. And then, like, Postgres isn't going to be happy about that. So we should probably add a check in the pre-start to be like, no backwards.
Yeah.
I think he said he was going to add that.
Mhm. Yeah, makes sense.
Understand why we have so many Postgres in there.
The main reason is you have to have the packages in there to upgrade. So when you install a new version and it upgrades from like 11 to 14, you need both packages to run PG upgrade, which is kind of awkward, but like, yeah, makes the release presumably very large. So adding the ability to continue using one of those old ones is like not super relevant, but like somebody could make use of it, and yeah, seems fine, I guess. As long as we got them in there, I guess if somebody wants to add the config to make it so you can run one of them, sure.
I don't know what is the use case.
Yeah, I could see, I don't know. I've never had a Postgres upgrade break me. We almost had it for our concourse when we shipped 16 recently, but that was only because the migration of our database left us with 14 megabytes of disk because it leaves a copy of it. Was watching the DF as it was running and was very concerned. I'm like, I didn't think about this beforehand. Stupid automation.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to discuss?
No, but I've looked rapidly to the other tabs, and with databases or PPR, we have a lot of inbox stuff. Maybe we should do something about that
Where?
But then
in the board where we review Bosch
Back in the project
requests.
view.
Yeah, the project view. If you go to UAA,
UAA has a separate meeting.
Yeah,
Trade Hub,
all together
it's
in
all
a
right.
different area.
Databases,
Databases doesn't have a meeting as far as I know.
seems they don't have.
That's why, yeah, so many in inbox.
But they do they have an area, right? The MySQL, they don't care much about Postgres release maybe, but surprisingly so many
PPR.
MySQL things.
PPR inbox is piling up. So
See if
Oh.
my SQL deployment is archived.
that's a possibility, yes.
What's MySQL deployment?
I don't know, but that's apparently in a databases group. One of the first ones.
It's just like CF deployment, but for the MySQL Bosch release.
See if my SQL release is also archived. So we have things in there that are archived.
Yeah.
At some point, Orange was wondering, that was several years ago yet, wondering if they would be maintaining the MySQL Bosch, CF MySQL Bosch release. And they finally decided not to.
Yeah. I mean, the MySQL Bosch release was based on MariaDB, whereas the PXC release superseded it, and it's not.
It's MariaDB. It's a Galera cluster.
Yeah, both are Galera, but PXC is based upon Percona, a Percona release of MySQL versus MariaDB, and it's a lot more stable, I would say, than the MariaDB one that's in CF MySQL release.
Is it really using Galera? I thought.
Yeah, PXC release. If you open up PXC release, it's got Galera also. It's the exact same thing, just with a different underlying MySQL because we got fed up with some of the politics of MariaDB, I think. So we switched back to core MySQL, but a release from Percona since they're good databases.
Okay.
Percona
I had
Extra
s-
DB cluster is PXC, I think. So it's still cluster, so it's still got the it's still got the Galera.
I had thought that it was designed for only leader follower setup and not
I don't
active
think so.
clusters with Galera. But that was an understanding I had several years ago when I was working with the database team at Orange. That was 2018.
Yeah. I was on the MySQL team when we made this transition to PXC release, and it was purely a get away from MariaDB. I can't remember if I'm pretty sure it was just a straight up like we're doing it again over here without the MariaDB, but I'm pretty sure it still has the Galera in it.
Yeah, I remember the defects were quite precisely identified and hard to. They were getting hard to being fixed. Okay. All right. So yeah, there's a group, and they probably don't have a meeting. What should we do? Ping them.
I mean, we cannot there's things that are archived, like repos that are issues on repos that are archived, right? There's nothing we can do with those. You cannot even close the issue. So I'm archiving those issues in the board. We'll at least clean up the board.
Oh yeah.
Interesting. They're still maintaining MySQL backup release. I thought that was replaced by people using Bosch backup and restore. I like this better because it does a database snapshot and it's fast as opposed to BBR, which is slow. And so nobody wants to run it. Not a lot going on there, though.
Seems like, yeah.
Yeah, maybe nobody's actually maintaining it.
Between Benjamin, you
Oh,
have
last month.
nice t-shirt. This is the new Cloud Foundry t-shirt you get.
Yes, in New York.
Mine arrived in the mail yesterday from Cunny.
Nice.
Okay, so I think we are done.
Right.
And yeah. Thank you for your time and see you next time, next Thursday.
Thank you.
Thanks.
See you next week. Bye.